There's a lot of product updates here for you, from the WS300 to the DS150ZB to our PS100 and finally our Znet Pro. So let's get into it. Starting off, the WS300. It is almost here. Since we last shared something about the WS300, there have been a few things that have happened. So the last batch that we received, we got about 20 sample units in, and we ended up finding a little bit of an issue with the button sensitivity on the bottom button. And after a bunch of testing, we figured out that it was the plastic design for this inner cape piece. We made a new design for this part, and replacing this part on some of the products that we've had issues with so far addresses the problem for every single unit. So it's good to go, and there should be no problems with our button presses in the actual production run. Some unfortunate news about the first batch of our WS300s. Unlike previous switch and dimmer products that we've had in the past, this one won't have any of the French words on the bottom. This was unfortunately due to a miscommunication with our design partner. We've talked to them about it, and it will be remedied on the second run. After reading some comments on the original announcement video for it, we will be adding a Z-Wave configuration parameter that allows it to work with certain accessory switches, like the GE accessory switch. This will be available to you in a firmware update that will be available when the product is released. And the information you're probably most interested in is when will this be available? Well, manufacturing has completed for the first run that we have. We've split the shipment into 2 batches so that we can get some early. So 500 of them will be arriving by air in early October. The rest of the batch will arrive later in October, so make sure you get your pre-orders in to be first to receive your devices. Onto the DS150ZB. These are pretty much ready to go. They're on our way to us right now. We should have them in hand within the next couple weeks. So make sure you get your pre-orders in, and we'll be sharing a bit more information about this in some videos over the next few weeks as well. You can expect these to be in stock in about October 1st. Next up on our list is the PS100. Now, it's been a really long time since we've talked about this, and that is a huge mistake on our part. That's not saying, that we haven't been working on it. We've actually been really hard at work making some major updates to this product, but we haven't been sharing anything with you, and that's just dumb. We want to fix that. So, what have we been doing? We have a completely new design for you. The original design, we weren't a huge fan of it. It was a temporary design anyway. We just wanted to get it into your hands to test the technology and see how effective it really is. The new design for the PS100 is in a portrait orientation rather than a landscape orientation, more like the HSM 200. We've been kind of treating this as the spiritual successor to the HSM 200. Eventually, moving forward, we do want to add some additional sensors to it in like a version 2 somewhere down the line. But the design that we changed to is something that we modeled after the HSM 200, which means we wanted a prominent LED. In this case, we have 2 LEDs. And the question that I really have for you guys on that one is, how do you want to interact with this? It's got 2 LEDs, so do you want to see it as 2 different controllable LEDs, or would you rather see both LEDs controllable with the same color control? Further on that point, the design that we're using here is kind of this visor approach, and it ends up leaving a lot of the product space unused. The previous design was an LED that was kind of hidden behind the product front, and there wasn't really a clear area of where it was. Which one do you like better? We're looking for input here. We want to make sure this fits where people want to use it. So that leads me kind of to my next question of everybody, which is, where do you want to use it? I find myself using these like underneath cabinets to trigger under cabinet lighting and other things like in my kitchen. And I end up finding that I tuck them in spaces similar to where I would put the MS100 or some other IR sensor. Where do you have yours? If you can, share some pictures on social media. Use the hashtags HomeSeer and PS100. We'd love to see where you guys have it in your homes and your spaces, or make a post on our forum. Anything works. Regarding the schedule for the PS100, we have 200 PCBs manufactured, and we're working on finalizing the plastics design. We'll be doing this completely in-house for this one, so we'll be manufacturing the plastics using resin printers rather than the FDM printers that we used last time, and then programming the PCBs and assembling them all right here in our warehouse. These should be available about mid-October. It kind of depends upon the progress we make in assembly. It's a little bit slow since we don't have a standard process for this quite yet. Everything's changing. And last but not least, one of the products I'm actually most excited to talk to you about is our Znet Pro. There has been a lot of work that we've been putting into this over the last few months, and it's just about ready to go into production. Over the last few weeks, we received 10 new samples from our manufacturing partner, and we've been going through some heavy quality assurance testing to make sure it meets all of our standards and is ready to go for everybody. This includes some aggressive power cycling tests that we've been doing. We actually hooked this up to a little automation that we have set up with a Z-Wave power outlet that allows us to just pull the power repeatedly on this to make sure it handles power outages and blips really, really well. We want to make sure this always works for you no matter what. We know a lot of people have remote locations that they need to manage, and they need to come up and work every time. And so far, perfect. Okay, it's passed all of our tests, and we're really, really excited to get this into manufacturing. Over the next week or so, I will actually be taking our Znet Pro and doing a skydiving range test with it alongside Home Assistant's ZWA2. I'm going to be doing a side-by-side test with them to see just how far I can get with either of them. If you haven't seen one of our previous videos, I did share a little bit of the data that I collected from the last test that I did. I will collect some very similar data and share it with everybody. Let me know what you're interested in learning about this. With all of that said, we will be going into production with these soon, so pre-order now to make sure you lock in the cheaper price while it's available. I will try to share an update with you about mid to late October to let you know exactly what the timeline is looking like on that production. So there's lots happening here, and I promise some more updates soon. Stay tuned for another announcement next week regarding some hardware warranties and some other software support options. And also keep on the lookout for other videos we'll be doing around these products, such as me sharing some of the data around the range test that I'll be doing with the Znet Pro, and some other quick start guides and other videos for the other products as well. Make sure you check out our store and pre-order some of these products, such as the WS300, the DS150ZB, and the Znet Pro, to make sure that you lock in that cheaper price and that you're one of the first people to receive your products. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and sign up for our newsletter to stay up to date with everything HomeSeer related. I'll talk to you soon.